just giving it a short section, as it is a subject well covered by others. Throughout the book, I use many quotes. These are used so that the exact meaning is not lost, but also because, in some, the phrasing is quite interesting. It should be noted, however, that many appear to have spelling mistakes or have American spelling. I have endeavoured to keep them original, so such mistakes are deliberate. Each chapter starts with a fictional story. I hope that these help to set the scene. The book starts with an introductory chapter, followed by a chapter on the use of animals to measure air temperature. The next chapter covers the prediction of weather. Earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and tsunami are discussed in Chapter 4, with the 5th chapter looking at the moon, sun, and stars. The final chapter attempts to mop up topics not previously covered, such as the use of plants, and will also try to summarize the discussion. Throughout, there is discussion of climate change and how animals may be useful for the future as our environment alters. Lastly, I hope you enjoy this romp through the stories of how animals can be used to measure and even predict our environments. John T. Hancock, Professor of Cell Signaling at the University of the West of England, Bristol, UWE, UK. Chapter 1. Introduction. 1.1. Introductory Story. The woman was keen to leave. The sky was clear and the wind light. She had promised she would take her kids to her sister's house for dinner, but it was a long walk up the side of the mountain. She knew that her son and daughter would both object. The path was steep, and at this time of the year it would be muddy and slippery. However, a promise was a promise, and she knew that her sister would have made an effort to ensure that there was plenty of food. No doubt she would have got treats for the kids, too. "Come on," she shouted up the narrow stairs. "We'll be late." She opened the front door and then abruptly stopped. A small flock of seagulls was whirling overhead, but they were inexorably heading inland. The woman turned to look out to sea. A few fishing boats circled around below her, probably being instructed by the hewer on the cliffs, looking down to see where the best fishing spots were. The horizon was clear and sharp. There were no signs of any clouds looming from the southwest, the direction of the prevailing weather. "Put on your stout boots and a raincoat," she instructed the children. "But it's lovely and sunny," her son replied grumpily. "Storm on the way," the woman replied, but gave no explanation of her assertion. "But—" "Just behave and come," she said sternly. Her son pulled on his heavy jacket and stomped towards the back gate. It took them nearly 90 minutes to reach her sister's house. All of them were hot and sweaty by the time they arrived. "You look as though you could do with a cool drink," the sister greeted them. "Why the rain gear?" "Storm on the way," the woman repeated. "You doing your own forecasting again?" "Gulls. They never lie." "Right," the sister said, laughing. As predicted, the dinner was amazing, considering that the whole family was poor. A young lamb had been slaughtered, and vegetables straight from the hillside garden were crisp and fresh. But as the kettle started to boil, there was a loud crack of thunder. It was going to be a wet and cold walk home. 1.2. Predicting our environment. It is not uncommon for people around the world to be watching the weather. Weather can dominate our lives. What do we wear? Is it going to rain? Do I need sun cream? Can I plant my crops? Do we need to batten down against the coming storm? Will the boats need to be moved as the sea is about to get rough and anything left on the beach will be washed away? The questions could go on and will be different depending on your location or which people you are with. But wherever you are in the world, the weather can have a profound effect on human activity. It is not only the weather, but other environmental factors which can have a significant influence on people's lives. The damage caused by an earthquake or the onslaught of a tsunami can have effects which last for years or decades. The eruption of Vesuvius wiped out